Hey guys, Mr. Wilson here. Today we're going to talk about writing equations. At the end of this video, you should be able to find the slope and the y-intercept from multiple representations of a line, and you should be able to write the equation of a line from multiple representations. Okay, so recall that the two values you need to write the equation of a line are the slope and the y-intercept. Okay, and the variables in the equation y equals mx plus b are x and y. Okay. Now these are variables because they represent an actual point on the line. A point has the coordinates x and y, so anytime you know a point on the line, you have specific values for x and y, which can help you find the slope and the y-intercept. Okay, so here are the general steps to follow. First, we want to find the slope. Then we want to find the y-intercept using any given point. And then we want to write the equation in the slope-intercept form. Okay, so let's go through that process here with this first problem. Okay, and then we're breaking down this first problem into 3 distinct steps, but as you guys get more familiar with the process, you'll see that it's really just a continuous thing. Okay, so first things first, we're going to find the slope. Okay, and our slope, since we're given these points 1, 6, and 3, 2, remember our equation for that's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So y2 is 2 minus 6, 2 minus 6 over 3 minus 1. 2 minus 6 gives us negative 4. 3 minus 1 gives us 2. And that should give us negative 2. So our slope here is negative 2. Alright? Then we find the y-intercept using any given point. So what we do is we'll use y equals mx plus b. We will plug in what we know. Again, we know the slope. It's negative 2. And we know 2 points, so what we're going to do is we're going to choose one of these 2 points and we're going to plug it into the equation. So I'm going to plug in, these 2 points, 3, 2. Okay, so x is 3. We don't know b. Y is 2. Plugging that in. And so I'm solving for b. Okay, so find the y-intercept or solve for the y-intercept. So I have 2 equals negative 6 plus b, 2 times 3. I add 6 to both sides, and so b is 8. Okay, and the third step, which is easy to forget because you've really done the hard work at this point. You found m, you found b, but bring it home by writing that equation out. Y equals m, which is negative 2, x plus b, which is 8. So that's the equation of our line. Y equals negative 2x plus 8. Okay. If you need to rewatch that. Try that here. Try that here. Find the equation for the line that goes to the points, negative 4, 9, and 8, 6. We'll go over that answer in class, but I need you to have an attempt there so you can see what you're doing. Get an opportunity to get some independent practice there. Okay, so here we're going to write the equation from a table. Okay, now remember that a table really is just a collection of points. In this situation, we're given 1, 2, 3, 4 points. We really only need 2 in order to find the slope. And we only need 1 point after that in order to plug into the equation. So we have way more information than we need. Okay, it's just about us picking the information that we need and then using it. Okay. So here we have, I'm going to just choose two numbers. I'm going to choose these two. These seem like the smaller of the two numbers. So I have the point -6.4 and the point -4.7. Okay. I can find the slope by doing y2 minus y1 if I'd like. I'm actually going to look and see what's the change here. Change is +3 here. Change is +2 here. So 3 over 2. I can find my slope that it is 3 over 2. Try not to move this around as much. Okay, so now I found my slope. Again, if you'd like to, you could do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. You'll find it to be the same thing. And then I'm going to use one of these points. It doesn't really matter which point to use. I'm going to just choose this one. I'm going to plug it into my equation to find my y-intercept. So y, which is 4, equals 3 halves x, in this case -6, plus b. So -6 times 3 is -18 over 2, which gives us -9. And now to get b by itself, I'm going to add 9 to both sides. And so b will be 13. Oops, sorry guys, hand was in the way for a long time there. Alright, so I have my b value. I have my slope here. And so I'm going to write my equation as y equals my slope, which is 3 halves, x plus b, which is 13. Alright. Okay, so found it, written our equation from 2 points, written our equation from a table. Let's write the equation from a line from a graph. Okay, we've done this before, so what is different here? The difference here is that we can't see we aren't given a y-intercept. Okay. Notice that before we had a y-intercept visible to us, and we can just pick it out of the off the graph. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to choose 2 points. And it's going to be important, guys, that you choose 2 nice points. And by nice points, I just mean points that you can easily identify as whole numbers, not fractional or decimal, like places in the middle of nowhere. So this point is at -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, -2. So -6, -2. And this second point is at -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -5, and -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -5. Okay. So now I'm going to find the slope, which is down 1, 2, 3, and over 1. So -3, +1. And so my slope is -3 over 1. Okay? -3 over 1, or I could just write -3. Okay, notice that because I was given this graph, I didn't have to do the y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. I could have, would have got the same answer. Okay. But I could just use rise over run using the graph. Okay, so I have that slope. I can choose one of the points. I'm going to choose -6, -2. And then I plug it in and do the same process that I had done before. So I'm going to plug -2 in for y equals -3 times -6 plus b. -3 times -6 is +18. And then to get b by itself, I'm going to subtract 18 from both sides, and that gives me -20. So I find that my b value is -20. I will make sure that that makes sense to me. So looking at this problem, yes, it makes sense that it will be way down here before it crosses the y-intercept. And so I have my slope, which I said was -3. I have my y-intercept, which I said was -20. And so the equation of my line will be y equals -3x minus 20. So I will not say plus -20. I'll just say minus 20.